AITA for telling my teenage daughter the truth about why her father and I divorced, after she blamed me for it for 3 years. My daughter was 13 when her father and I divorced. I had made a decision not to tell her the real reason. For 3 years, she believed I had abandoned her father. Then she told me at 17 that she didn't respect me and I was the reason the family fell apart. I decided I was done protecting him. When my husband and I separated, I made a conscious decision not to tell my daughter Ella the real reason. She was 13 years old. She was in the middle of exams. She worshipped her father in the way that daughters do, and I genuinely believed this was right, that she did not need to know. I told her we had grown apart. I told her we both loved her, and this had nothing to do with her. I told her these things and I watched her accept them, and then I watched over the following years as she began to believe a different version of events. One her father was, I would later understand, quietly constructing for her. Her father had been having an affair for 2 years before I found out. When I found out, I tried for 6 months to hold the marriage together for Ella's sake. He did not stop. When I ended the marriage, he was, by the account he gave Ella and his family, the wronged party in a separation initiated by me. For 3 years, Ella believed I had ended a good marriage. For 3 years, she was cooler with me than with him. Chose to spend more time at his house. Canceled plans with me when his plans were more appealing. I understood. I was patient. I had made the decision not to tell her, and I was living inside that decision. Then, when she was 17, we had an argument about something ordinary. I don't even remember what it started as. And in the middle of it, she said, "You broke this family apart, and you've never even apologized for it. Dad would never have left. You're the one who gave up." I looked at my 17-year-old daughter who had spent 3 years grieving a family narrative that was not true, and I thought, I am done. I sat her down. I told her everything. I had documentation, I had not destroyed it, and I showed her the relevant parts because I needed her to know I was not revising history. Am I the asshole? Update, 5 months later. Ella did not speak to her father for 6 weeks after I told her. She came to live with me full-time during that period. She was angry at him, at the situation, and occasionally at me for not telling her sooner, which I understood completely and did not argue with. She and her father are now in contact again. It is different. She is 17 and she is not the same child who built a simple story about a parent who left. She is someone who knows a complicated truth and is figuring out what to do with it. He called me when Ella stopped speaking to him. He asked me why I had told her. I said because she told me I had given up on our family and I was not willing to accept that characterization based on a version of events he had authored. He said I had made this worse. I said I had made it accurate. Ella told me last month that she doesn't think she'll ever see her father the same way again. She said this without anger, just factually. The way you say something when you've finished processing it. She also said she was glad she knew. I am glad she knows too. I think I should have told her sooner. I think I was protecting the wrong thing for 3 years. NTA or ITA, was she wrong to wait? Comment below.